Hello everyone, my name is Maruka and welcome back to What If Deku was macgrath. So let's get started. We're continuing off from where we left off, which is after the entrance exam. Izuku is waking up briskly. He's energetic, he's excited, he's basically ready for the whole 9 yards, right? And as he's going, he is kind of, like getting all his stuff together, just trying to get prepared because he's just that excited. He's ready to go. He doesn't want to waste time, and he wants to get he's getting impatient because he wants to finally let loose with his powers and finally learn what his his upper limit is. He wants to learn what his potential is as a hero. So he gets ready. He gets all prepped up, all dressed, all hair done, everything. Eating. He eats. He gets ready. He jumps out the front door just ready, and I'm going to say that with everything that's gone on, I'm going to say that Izuku had gotten Uraraka's number, after the whole debacle. And I'm going to say that as he's making his way to UA from his dorm, or his apartment, with his mom, he gets on his phone, he texts Bakugo. He's like, you up and ready? And Bakugo shoots back with, you know it. And he tells Bakugo that he's going to take a I don't want to say a shortcut, but I guess it is, because Izuku, with all the experience he has from living where he has for a while, he knows that not a lot of heroes kind of work very particularly around his general area. So he's typing out to Bakugo that he's going to be taking the scenic route, and Bakugo goes, "Hey, don't get caught, nerd." He's like, "Bro, if not, they'll never catch me." He's like, yeah, now, say that all you want, but the moment you get caught is the moment we all get an issue, right? So, I'm gonna say that that he climbs up an electric pole, and that he looks around and he doesn't really see there's not a lot of activity on the roads or whatever. He's just doing his thing, and when he gets to the top of the telephone pole, he plants his feet on the wires, and he just starts to ride the wires, with sparks of electricity shooting out from his feet and his arms to propel him forward. And he's just he's doing his thing. He's kind of, I'm gonna say, lightning surfing across the poles to in the general direction of where he needs to go. And he catches a glimpse of a hero coming out from around a building, around a corner, and he doesn't want to get caught, so he throws in a lightning whip towards the building and just yanks on that sucker real hard to throw him onto the top of the building before the hero sees him. And luckily enough, he doesn't get caught, even though he could have very easily. But he just starts kind of running from the tops of the buildings. He's looking over the edges, and when he feels he's all clear, he throws another electricity whip to a building on the other side of a road, and he yanks that sucker and propels himself forward. And he's just doing this whole routine, taking the scenic route, like up until he gets close to Yue, and he looks around like one more time, and he looks down an alleyway where there's no one, and he does that whole like hover thing all the way down the alley side, and he just kind of like walks out of the alley with his hand or his thumbs tucked into his pockets, with his hands kind of like leisurely resting on his thighs, as he just kind of like strolls on. He looks around. He's like, "Yep, I'm in the clear. Should be good to go." And he crosses the street and like in front of Yue, and he starts walking up. He's like, "Dang. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life, and it's everything I dreamed of and more." And from right behind him, he hears, "Hey, Deku!" And he turns around, he sees Katsuki. He's like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, Pomeranian?" He's like, "When will you stop calling me that?" He's like, "I'll stop calling you that when pigs fly, Bakugo." And essentially, the whole thing goes down where they have their little, joking spat with each other, and Izuku and Bakugo start walking into the building, right? And, they're looking around, they're like, where the hell is our class? And, they're looking around, and as they find Class 1A, Deku makes a comment. He's like, "Yo, what's up with the door? It's like huge." And Bakugo's like, "Well, yeah, probably have to account for the fact that there's mutations or something like that can make people unnecessarily big." He's like, "Noted. Fair enough. I will retract my question." But they walk inside, and Katsuki automatically walks towards the desk he wants, and Izuku is kind of catching note, so taking note of the people he sees around him. He's like, And of course, Bakugo throws his feet up on the desk right away, and Ida strolls up. He's like, You should not have your feet on these tables. This is where our upperclassmen have sat for generations." And Bakugo is just like, "Dude, you really need to chill out. Like, it ain't that deep. It really isn't." And Izuku kind of he's sitting in the doorway. He's like, he just kind of snickers a bit, and Ida, hearing this, he turns around and he sees Izuku. He's like, "You," and just starts to march over real fast. He's like, "You are a superior student to have understood the true meaning of the test." And Izuku's like, "Dude, I did not understand a damn thing about what you're talking about." He's like, "The hero points, didn't you figure that out?" He's like, "Dude, I don't know what the hell you think, but I knew nothing about that aspect. I just kind of did what I did. I didn't need a rhyme or reason as to why I did it." But as this is going on, and Ochako kind of, she comes out of nowhere. She goes, "Izuku, it's good to see. It's good to see that you actually that you actually got in." He's like, "Ochako, do you really think that I wouldn't get in?" She's like, "Well, I knew you would get in, but it was just a matter of hoping you'd be in my class." It's like, fair enough. But I'll admit that could have been a possibility that we could have been in separate classes. But hey, we're both here, so good times all around. And Izuku can feel the energy in the air due to his his electrokinetic kind of abilities, and he turns his head and he sees the Sparky boy like talking to a kid with grapes on his head, and he's just kind of like sparking electricity between his fingers, like, huh, I'm not the only one. And then he feels a separate energy coming from like behind the podium, and he's like, "Hey, yo, Teach, you just gonna hide there, or are you planning to come out?" And Aizawa is surprised. He's like, "How the hell did the kid know that I was hiding under the podium, sleeping?" And Izuku's like, "Yeah, if they didn't tell you anything about my quirk, I'm literally able to just like detect electrical energy around me, so I could feel the electrical impulses from the inside of your body just like sitting there. So that's how I figured that one out." He's like, and then as I was like, incredible this kid is. And after that, basically like Aizawa, he slips out of his caterpillar looking bag, and he's like, "Well, since this one over here ruined the surprise that I'm here, I might as well start." And he goes, "I'm Shota Aizawa. I'm your homeroom teacher. I'm gonna have you change into these things." He just starts pulling out a bunch of gym uniforms, and Nisuku's like, "That is disgusting, dude. How long have you just been broiling in that thing with all those in there?" But they take the uniforms, and Deku's just holding it like, "This is gross. This is gross. I can feel the sweatiness on it." He's like, "Ew, I can't believe I'm gonna have to wear this thing." Like, he's just kind of like really disgusted by this, but like, you know, it gets done, and like they go out to the locker room to change, and Izuku's just kind of, you know, he's just changing typical, and all of a sudden that weird grape kid just like starts spouting off about finding something, and Izuku doesn't pay attention about it for very long, and then until he hears the word, until he hears this grape kid go, "Oh man, I can't wait to see the other girl's boobs," and then he's like, "What the hell did you just say?" And like Mineta goes, "Huh?" And then all of a sudden, like the electric whip just kind of like wraps around Mineta's head, and Izuku just yanks the hell out of him, freaking like dragging him up to his hand. He says, "Now, you little loser, I'm gonna ask you one more time. What the hell did you just say? And don't lie to me, because if you lie, it's gonna get worse." And Mineta's like, "What's your problem, man? I didn't do nothing wrong, man." He's like, "Okay, if you did nothing wrong, then kindly repeat yourself." It's like, I can't wait to see the girl boobs." He's like, "I see we got ourselves a pervert in here." And he's like, "You know, it's people like you that get on my nerves the most. So I'm going to do you a quick mercy." He's like, "What are you going to do to me?" He's like, "See, I've taken notice that you that you have sticky balls on your head, boy. So how about I give you two more?" And Izuku just kind of like creates like two electric grenades and just goes, "Here, hold them." And he just like sticks them on the side of Mineta's head, and he's like, "This is a lesson, okay? I don't want to hurt you again, but this is going to be a lesson for you, dude. You do anything disgusting like this again, and I'll do worse than this." He's like, "What's going on? please, man, I just want to see some boobs. He's like, that is the exact problem, dude. That is the exact problem I'm having with you right now. It's the fact that you're disgusting. And I'm going to help you unlearn this unhealthy behavior. It's like, please, dude, don't hurt me. He's like, begging won't get you nowhere, boy. You've pissed me off. And he just like yeets the hell out of Mineta, throws him to the opposite side of the locker room where none of the other guys are, and you just hear like a resounding sound of as they go off and just electrocute the living hell out of Mineta. He's like, like I said, this is only a tiny lesson as to what I'm gonna do to you if you ever pull some scummy crap like this again. Next time, it'll hurt a lot worse. I promise you. And Mineta is just scared, like, to death of what Izuku is planning if he ever pulls some mess like this again. But, like, Bakugo's like, damn, nerd. You really know how to step up and be a chivalrous one, ain't ya? It's like, Bakugo, you know my anti-pervert tolerance as well as I do. And last I checked, you don't enjoy having to deal with people like that either. They're obnoxious, they're disgusting, and they do nothing but. Bleh. I don't want him touching me again. Honestly, having to touch him just to hurt him like that is already souring my. You're like, breathe. Deku, breathe. We still have to do Aizawa's weird quirk aptitude test. We need to go. He's like, sorry. It grossed me out. Like, touched, gross. And, so, after all that, they go out to the field, and Aizawa's like, y'all took way too damn long. Hurry up and get in line. And, like, Izuku walks up to his teacher and goes, hey, Mr. Aizawa, I wanted to report something to you. He's like, what did you find? He's like, you see the kid with grapes on his head? He's like, yeah. He's like, he found a peek hole into the women's locker room. I recommend having someone fill that up before we have to risk him getting ideas again. He's like, duly noted. And, he gets back in line. He's like, get back in line, problem child. But they get back in line, and he's like, and he explains to them that they're gonna do a quirk aptitude test, and I'm gonna say that this time Mina asks, aren't they gonna have like a orientation? He's like, we as teachers have the right to choose how we want to run our classes. So since I believe orientation is nothing more than just a waste of time, we're gonna ignore all that crap today. But so Izuku walks up again. He's like, what was your furthest throw in middle school of one of these softballs? He's like, without my quirk? He's like, yeah. 50 meters. He's like, okay. Well, I want you to stand in this circle right here. And I want you to take the ball. I want you to use your quirk to hit it as hard as you can. Or where you can do anything with the ball as long as you do not leave that circle. He's like, gotcha. So Izuku, he kind of like feels the ball a bit, kind of assesses how heavy it is, and thinks about how hard he's gonna have to hit this thing to get it to go far. And he tosses the ball into the air once, twice, 3 times, and The others are like, what the hell is he doing? And then Bakugo, he cracks a big grin. He's like, oh, I see what you're doing, nerd. I see you. And Deku like looks back at Bakugo. He's like, and getting the smile. He's like, yeah, you know. And I was like, hurry up, problem child, throw the damn ball already. He's like, I'm going. He throws it again. I'm going. Throw it again. Just give me a second. I'm thinking of something. He's like, well, you're taking too damn long. Hurry up already. Izuku's like, okay, just patience. Izuku grabs the ball with both hands, and he rears back and he throws that sucker real hard, and it looks like it's not gonna go very far until Izuku kind of like aims his hand like towards it, and he shoots an electric jolt towards it, which makes it explode. Because, little secret, while he was throwing it in the air, they weren't paying attention, but Izuku was connecting a bunch of lightning grenades to one specific side in a mass quantity, and he was waiting for the perfect moment to shoot it to make it go off in the distance. But as it's going off, Izuku then sticks his hand out real far, and he uses his lightning rifle, lightning railgun, whatever you want to call it, technique, and he slows down his perception of time as it's like taken off real fast, and he shoots it again with that real big jolt, which gives it a huge kick, which makes it go soaring like farther than far can get. And Aizawa is just watching this thing, and Izuku is just like real proud of himself until he and everyone thinks it's over until Izuku goes, okay, not one more, and he throws up this giant mass of electricity, which then careens real fast towards where the ball is, and he's like, lightning rocket, and it smashes it one more time, and it just goes careening all over again. He's like, okay, now I'm done, no more, I'm not gonna do anything else. And Aizawa's like, this kid is one creative fool. And the ball just like, it keeps going, and he pulls it up, and I'm gonna say that the ball goes like the ball goes about over 1,000 meters, like in distance, and like everyone is just shocked. They're like, there is no way that this boy just threw the ball that far using different applications of his quirk. And as I was impressed, he's like, yeah, this kid's got some ingenuity to go that far. Because, like, before he saw it, he was just like, that's cool. Now, after he saw it, he's like, creativity, ingenuity, everything in between. This boy has got a fire. And it's not wanting to go out, for real. And, everything goes moderately the same, I'd say. Like, nothing really crazy happens in terms of, like, at all. I'm going to say that for, like, other stuff, Izuku is, like, he's better, but, like, not number one in like, most of the other kind of, like, aspects of how far things go or the test. But I'm going to say that he at least does pretty damn good. Like he doesn't, he's no slouch. He definitely pulled off a huge win there, but like, everything kind of settles down, and I'm gonna say that like the whole Aizawa saying he's gonna expel people thing, like, it went over and all that, and he's like, it was logical ruse, right? But after it's all said and done, they go through their other classes, they're just kind of doing their thing, and once it's all said and done and over, Izuku he kind of like at the end of the day, right? He him and Bakugo are walking, and then Ochako goes, "Deku, that was pretty cool." He's like, "Deku?" He's like, "Yeah." Is that like only something that Bakugo can call you? He's like, no, it's just that I'm not used to other people saying it, you know. But you can call me that if you want. It's like, yeah, of course. I mean, it reminds me of Dekaru. You know, like you can do it. He's like, yeah, sweet, that's pretty cool. And they're going through and like as they're walking, Bakugo is like nudging Deku. He's like, hey, yo, bro, hey, come on, dude. Put some moves on her. He's like, and Izuku is shoving him back. He's like, shut up. And Uraka's like, what are you guys doing? He's like, nothing. Well, we're doing nothing. Bakugo's just getting on my nerves because he can't about something. He's like, okay then, if you say so. And then as they're walking, Ochako goes, hey, Deku, out of curiosity, so if you weren't able to use your quirk very much, due in part that using it is kind of illegal, how are you so proficient at using it? He's like, yeah, it's just it's not that complicated. I mean, I'm just able to kind of manipulate electricity. It's just like a basic thing. And it's like, oh, okay then. And Bakugo elbows Deku one more time. He's like, hey, and he loudly announces, hey, yo, Izuku. So I gotta go. I need to do a thing for my mom. And Izuku looks towards Bakugo. He's like, you piece of crap. Like he's giving him that look, right? And Bakugo just has this smug look in his face, like ha 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 ha. But after all that, right, and all that said and done, Izuku and Uraka are the only ones who are walking together now, and Izuku kind of he's embarrassed because of the fact that he has been called out by his best friend. And his best friend's essentially told him, yo, dude, if you don't talk to her, I'm going to make fun of you. He was basically doing that whenever he was nudging Deku. And that's the exact reason why he left. He's like, dude, shoot your shot. For real. He was being like that, and it got on Deku's nerves. But as Izuku is walking with her, he tries to kind of strike up a conversation. He's like, so, Ochako, how is, he asks her about, her aspirations in life, why she wants to be a hero, and what kind of hero she wants to be, and, she tells him that she wants to make money to help her parents, because her parents own a construction business that isn't doing well. And he tells her, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better. He's like, I do too. But if I can manage to be a hero, then, hey, I'll be able to make enough money to help them. I've always wanted to give back to them. They sacrificed so much for me growing up, and despite them telling me that it would be alright, I knew they were lying. I really want to help them. Regardless of everything. I really do. They've done so much for me. It's only right that I help them, Izuku is touched by this, and he says, yeah, you're an amazing girl, Ochako. You really are. I believe if anyone can do it, you can. I mean, You're powerful as it is. Your quirk is suited to like to stopping like heists, to stopping like to keeping people from like hurting others. You know what I mean? Like if someone comes at you with a knife, you can make them just float in the air, and until and they won't be able to fight back from there. If someone is trying to escape in a car, you touch their car, it floats away. They won't have an escape vehicle. It's incredible power, Ochako. She's touched too. She's like, well, thank you, Zuko. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. And he tells her, no problem. He tells her that the kind of hero he wants to be is someone who can rescue people with a smile on their face, but not only that, the kind of person who isn't afraid to go to the rougher streets, you know? The ones that most heroes ignore, the ones that they get passed over just because the popularity isn't as frequent there. He wants to be kind of like a neighborhood, like a hero, you know, like for places that are like real dangerous and stuff like that. He wants to be there for those kind of people. And she admires this. She tells him as much, and he thanks her for saying so. And as they're just going along, he tells her that he hopes that she's able to reach her dream of helping her parents, and that hopefully they can both reach our dreams together. Since she's his best, she's his friend now, he wants to help her achieve her dream, and that makes her happy. She's happy to hear that he wants to help her achieve her lifelong dream of helping her parents have a better life. Though he kind of, he feels nervous because that topic is over, and he asks her, hey, do you ever plan to do something for yourself, though? Like, I understand you're doing all this for your parents and all, but, is there any room left for yourself in that plan of yours? Like, I understand that you want to do this for your parents, right? And I understand that, you're going this far because you love them, but, shouldn't you also be looking out for yourself too? Shouldn't you do, shouldn't what you do be for yourself just as much it is for other people? And she's like, I never really thought too much about myself in that sense. He's like, well, you should. It's important for you to have your own desires and your own goals in mind whenever doing something like this, because you never know when you'll reach a point and it's like, shoot, I've done all this work, but what have I got to show for it? I helped my parents a long time ago, but what is there left to be? Once it's all said and done, what's your next goal after that? She said that she doesn't really know if she has one right now. And Izuku summons as much courage as it takes inside of him. He summons all his courage, and he musters it together into what he's about to say, and he says, well, now that I've met you, I think I have a new goal in life as well. I've come up with something I want to achieve myself now that I've met you. And she turns to him, curious, and what would that be? He said, not only do I want to be a hero who who helps those who come from bad backgrounds and bad neighborhoods, but I want to be your hero. Your lifelong hero. And at first she doesn't understand what he's getting at, and he tells her, Chaco, I know that we're both young, and I know that we both have our dreams and aspirations ahead of us, and there may not be a lot of time for personal connections in the future, but aside from everything else, ever since I met you, I've felt different. I've thought different. My whole world is kind of like shifted on its axis. I don't know. All I do know is I want to protect you. I want to help you. I want to be there for you. I want to stand by your side. I want to be there to help you through the hard times and be a shoulder when you need to cry. Because, as cheesy as it sounds, I want to be yours forever. I want you to be mine. And I want to be your hero. Your partner. Because, as weird as it may say, and for two people going for a hero career, he takes a deep breath. Chaco Uraka, I think I've fallen in love with you. And she's stunned. She's awestruck at Deku's confession. She wasn't expecting something so raw, something so heartfelt. She wasn't expecting him to say something so out of the blue. But she tells him the same thing back. She tells him that despite herself, she can't help but think about him. She can't help but have him run through her mind all the time ever since they met during the entrance exam. That whenever he risked himself to save her from the 0-pointer, that she just kind of, felt something like a spark inside of her deep down. That she lied when she said that she didn't have something that she wanted other than to help her parents. That she felt like she was going to be selfish if she said anything. And Izuku stopped, walked close to her, and he put his hand on her cheek. He said, I would never ever accuse you of being selfish of anything. If you really do feel the same way that I do, Ochako, then I'd love nothing more than to be your anchor. I'd love nothing more than to be by your side. Just being able to say this to you is already by itself a miracle to me. I don't think that I could go through life, even as a hero, without you by my side. Despite everything, I'd be willing to do anything for you. I'd give up heroism for you. Because you're that special to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I feel this way, but other than that I love you. And I'm glad, and it makes my heart soar to hear that you love me too. She smiles real wide and she hugs Deku close. And after wrapping her arms around him, she kisses him. And Izuku and her, they just feel so powerful together. And Izuku, once they break the kiss, he's like, whoa. That felt electric. Ochako laughs. She's like, dang it, Deku, you ruined it with a pun. He's like, hey. But I'm being honest, though. Getting to feel you pressed up against my lips. It was electric. It was nice. I want to do it again. Forever. For as long as I can. Because you make me feel like I could float. You make me feel light on my feet. You make me feel like I could touch the stars. She's like, Deku, more puns are not going to help your situation. He's like, okay, I'm done with the jokes. I'll be serious. It's like, okay, Deku. But I still find it cute that you were... No, I found all your puns cute, though, so keep going. He's like, okay. If you'll have me, and my rough, around the edges self, I'd love to have you by my side. I know I can be a bit off sometimes. I can be a bit childish, maybe, and all that, but what I do know is I'm serious about you. You make me feel powerful. You make me feel empowered. And that's something that I wouldn't give up for anyone. Even at the risk of my own life, I would rather give it up than to give away you. Because you are my power. You make me feel powerful. As they kissed once more, Izuku scooped her up and he began to carry her off towards her apartment. Not to do anything extracurricular, but to just see her there safely because now that she is his official Goyle, his little lass, his baby doll, he doesn't want anything to happen to her, and he has devoted his whole self to protecting his precious little bean, his precious little Mochi. And as he takes her back to where she lives to have her safely delivered, I leave this story here. And I hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget, the shadows are watching.